There's a moment that hits quiet, not loud. It's when the room shifts and nobody says it out loud, but everyone feels it. The jokes get sharper. The compliments come with a sting. Invitations slow down, not because anything wrong was done, but because something clicked. Growth makes people uncomfortable, especially the kind that doesn't beg for approval. When someone starts seeing patterns clearly, stops falling for guilt trips, and doesn't react the same way anymore, it messes with the balance. A lot of relationships are built on one person staying small. The second that changes, tension shows up. It's not about being smarter than anyone. It's about not playing dumb anymore. That shift alone exposes who was benefiting from confusion and who actually respected the mind behind the silence. Toxic people don't panic when someone is loud. They panic when someone gets calm. Loud is easy to manage. Loud can be baited, triggered, distracted. Calm is different. Calm watches. Calm listens. Calm remembers. That's when manipulation starts failing. When excuses no longer get a reaction, and guilt doesn't land like it used to. Frustration builds on the other side. Notice how some people push harder once boundaries get firm. Not because they care more, but because control is slipping. The old tricks stop working. The long explanations don't come anymore. No defensive speeches. No desperate need to prove a point. Just quiet certainty. And that quiet certainty feels threatening to anyone who relied on confusion to stay in power. Here's the uncomfortable truth over. Explaining was never about clarity. It was about fear. Fear of being misunderstood. Fear of losing connection. Fear of looking wrong. Once that fear starts fading, something powerful happens. Conversations get shorter. Answers get simpler. No becomes a full sentence. The energy once spent trying to make everyone understand suddenly stays internal. And that's when the backlash kicks in. People used to access feel shut out. Not because walls went up, but because access was never supposed to be unlimited. When explanations stop, projections begin. Accusations of being cold, acting different, thinking you're better. It's easier for others to label a shift than admit they were comfortable with the old version that tolerated too much. Social pressure is subtle. It shows up in group chats, family dinners, work meetings, side comments, eye rolls, inside jokes that aren't really jokes. Most people fold there. Most laugh along just to keep things smooth. Choosing not to engage feels awkward at first. The silence stretches. Someone tries harder to get a reaction. That's the test. Staying steady in those moments isn't about winning. It's about not handing over emotional control. Once the need to be liked by everyone fades, behavior changes naturally. Fewer arguments, fewer dramatic exits, just quiet observation and selective response. And that shift alone makes insecure people restless because they can't read what's going on anymore. Manipulation thrives on reaction. Take away the reaction and watch how fast the script falls apart. The guilt trips get dramatic. The stories get exaggerated. Old mistakes get dragged back into the spotlight. It's an attempt to trigger something, anything. But when someone stops biting, the manipulator starts spiraling. Calm responses frustrate chaos. A simple, "I see it differently," without a long debate can shut down hours of nonsense. It's not about being superior. It's about being done with the circus. Once patterns are seen clearly, it becomes almost embarrassing to fall for them again. And that's where self-respect starts showing up in small, consistent actions. Self-respect doesn't look flashy. It looks boring. It's leaving early instead of staying to argue. It's not replying immediately to a bait message. It's choosing not to explain personal decisions to people who have shown they don't listen. There's a quiet confidence in not chasing validation anymore. No need to prove intelligence, talent, or growth. Real confidence doesn't perform. It doesn't announce itself. It just moves differently. And when that shift happens, certain people feel exposed, because the old dynamic where they felt superior or in control starts crumbling. That's when resentment surfaces, not because of arrogance, but because balance has changed. Staying calm while others spiral is one of the hardest things to learn, especially when insults get personal, especially when lies get spread. The instinct to defend reputation kicks in hard. But here's something most don't realize. Constant defense makes rumors look stronger. Silence, when used right, makes nonsense look desperate. Let people talk. Let assumptions fly. Time has a way of sorting truth without dramatic confrontations. The more grounded someone stays, the clearer it becomes who is reacting from insecurity and who isn't. Calm energy stands out in a world addicted to outrage. There's also the realization that not every misunderstanding needs correction. Not every opinion needs changing. Trying to control how others see things is exhausting. That need usually comes from wanting safety or approval. Once that fades, freedom shows up. Letting people think what they want doesn't mean agreement. It means peace matters more than image. Life unfolds differently when control isn't the obsession. Plans adjust. Relationships shift. Some fall away completely. That's not loss. That's alignment. The right people don't require constant explanation to stay. Growth also brings loneliness. Not dramatic loneliness, just distance. Conversations feel shallow. Old habits feel uncomfortable. The urge to shrink just to fit back in shows up sometimes. That's normal. But shrinking again feels worse than standing alone for a while. The mind that once tolerated chaos starts craving stability. The body that once chased drama starts choosing calm nights and clear conversations. It's not about thinking differently for the sake of it. It's about seeing too much to pretend anymore. Once awareness kicks in, going back feels fake. At the end of all this, the real shift isn't about being smarter or sharper than anyone else. It's about not betraying self-awareness to keep others comfortable. That's what unsettles certain people. Not intelligence, not success, just the refusal to play small. Life has a way of balancing things without forced revenge or dramatic showdowns. Quiet growth settles scores naturally. The ones who underestimated, manipulated, or mocked will eventually feel the distance. Not because anyone pushed them away loudly, but because the door closed softly and stayed closed. And sometimes that's louder than any argument. Another thing nobody talks about is how weird it feels when respect starts replacing access. The same people who once dismissed ideas suddenly listen more carefully. The tone shifts, the sarcasm fades, not because they had a sudden change of heart, but because consistency forced it. Calm boundaries repeated over time do that. No big speeches, no dramatic ultimatums, just the same steady response every single time nonsense shows up. That's what fries people who expected emotional reactions. When someone can't be baited, can't be guilted, and can't be pressured into breaking their own standards, the game stops being fun for anyone who relied on chaos. And here's the uncomfortable part. Some relationships only existed because chaos was entertaining. Remove that, and there's nothing left to hold on to. And then there's the final shift. Not needing anyone to admit they were wrong. No apology required. No public recognition. No big moment where someone says, "I misjudged you." That craving fades too. Life keeps moving. Results speak. Peace feels better than being right. Watching certain people slowly realize the old tactics don't work anymore becomes almost boring. The urge to prove anything disappears. Energy goes into building, not arguing. Growth becomes private. Wins stay quiet. And that's when everything levels out. No revenge plan. No dramatic comeback. Just steady progress and fewer emotional leaks. That's how the score settles. Not with noise, but with distance and control that can't be shaken anymore.